Want to get involved in a fun gender bender adventure? Just add water. Hey everyone, this is Rabbit Law Animation Bliss, and welcome to another Anime Corner. So today's anime that I'll be talking about is Ranma 1/2. So the series starts off with a young teenage boy named Ranma Saotome as he and his father Genma travel to the Senkiyo Springs in China, and they end up doing some martial arts training there. But unfortunately, Ranma and his father ended up falling to the springs, and the springs ended up transforming Ranma into a girl, and it also transformed his father Genma into a panda. And whenever both of them get splashed with cold water, Ranma would transform into a girl, while Genma would transform into a panda. But after this happens, Ranma and his dad, Genma, ends up traveling to Japan, and it turns out that Ranma is actually engaged to marry a young teenage girl named Akane Tendo. And because Akane Tendo doesn't like men at first, because when she goes to school, all the boys at her school ended up trying to fight her just so they can date her, so she ends up hating men because of that. And when she finds out that Ranma can actually transform back into a man whenever he's splashed with hot water, she ends up fighting with Ranma throughout the series because she doesn't want to get married to him, and Ranma also tends to insult her at the same time. But most of the series is spent on Ranma trying to find a way to turn back into a man fully while dealing with Akane Tendo at the same time. So what are my thoughts on this series? I really enjoyed this series. So before I get into my thoughts about this series, I would like to give you guys my history with this series. So I actually started reading the Ranma 1/2 manga when I was in high school, and at the time I was actually introduced to Rumiko Takahashi's works through Inuyasha. So I didn't know anything about Ranma 1/2 until after I watched Inuyasha. And when I found out that Ranma 1/2 was from the creators of Inuyasha, I was like, let me go ahead and check out this manga series. So I started reading the manga series in high school, and I started really loving the series so much to the point that Ranma 1/2 is like probably one of my all-time favorite manga series to date. So a few years after this, I found out that there was actually an anime series made from the manga series, and I was like, I wonder what this anime series is all about. So I went ahead and checked out the anime series, and I found myself really enjoying this anime series. So here are some things that I liked about the anime series. So the first thing I liked about the series was how genre busting it was. So you would think with a series like this, it's just all about the romantic comedy, and it's just mainly focusing on the relationship between Ranma and Akane. But even though this show does focus on Ranma and Akane's relationship with each other, it also has like a martial arts theme to it. Like Ranma himself is a martial artist, so there's a lot of episodes that shows Ranma using his martial arts prowess. And Ranma's not the only character who engages in martial arts in the show. Almost everybody in the cast engages in martial arts, which makes the show really interesting to watch because most of the cast are also martial artists themselves, and we get to see them fight each other on a day-to-day basis. And then another type of genre that they explore with the show is the supernatural fantasy. So I mentioned before that Ranma turns into a girl whenever he's splashed with cold water, as that's a part of the fantasy element of this series. But this series also has Ranma and his friends actually deal with ghosts and demons and stuff like that. So what I really love about how this series explores all these different genres is that you don't know what episode is going to explore what genre next. Like one episode might just be a regular romantic comedy type of setting, and then the next episode is going to have Ranma dealing with martial arts hijinks as usual, and then the next episode after that is going to have Ranma fighting some kind of supernatural force. So that's what I really liked about how there's so many different genres in regards to the show, and the show does a really good job at balancing all these different genres into one show. Another thing that I liked about the show was the humor. Now granted, not all of the humor lands in the show, and some of the humor is a bit dated, but I always consider Ranma 1/2 to be like one of the funniest anime shows I've seen, like alongside anime shows like The Wallflower. So yeah, I definitely really love the humor in the show. Like I actually found myself laughing at almost every single episode with the show. The humor is just so well done in this show, and I'm just laughing at all of Ranma's hijinks throughout the entire series. So yeah, I really love the humor of the show. And then another thing that I liked about the show were the characters themselves. Now you would think that with characters that act like jerks most of the time, they wouldn't be likable characters, and these would be the type of characters that we would hate. But in this show, I actually loved all the characters, or I love most of the characters. There are like 1 or 2 characters that I don't like from this show. But anyway, I do like a good majority of the characters of the show. Like some of my favorite characters in the show were definitely Ranma and Shampoo and Ryoga, some of my favorite characters in this show. But yeah, most of the characters in this show were very entertaining. And even though they act like mean-spirited jerks towards each other most of the time, the way that they portrayed that in the show was actually hilarious, and it made these characters really interesting to watch. And I just love how these characters are trying to deal with their situations in the most comical way possible. Like you have Rama trying to turn back into a man throughout the whole thing, and then you have his fights with Akane as he's trying to understand his relationship with Akane. So I do love those moments throughout the show, and I think that this show did a really great job of making these characters very entertaining to watch. Now, the biggest issue that I have with the show is that I felt like that this show was very incomplete. So this show was written during the time when the manga wasn't finished yet. So that means there was a lot of filler episodes throughout the show that kind of made it seem like those filler episodes had nothing to do with the overall plot of the show. And also they weren't able to adapt some of the more famous storylines from the manga. Like, I'm still upset that they weren't able to adapt the Prince Herb story arc into the original anime series. I am glad that they were able to adapt the Shinanosuke arc for the original series, as I think that episode was really good. But I am upset that they weren't able to adapt most of the storylines from the manga series, and I was hoping that they were able to adapt most of the storylines from the manga. But yeah, they weren't able to adapt most of the storylines from the manga series, even though the OVAs did adapt some of the storylines from the manga. So yeah, that's one of the biggest issues that I have with the show, is that it feels very incomplete, and I wish that they adapted more of the storylines from the manga if they had actually finished the manga when the show was airing. Before I give out my overall thoughts on the show, I would like to let you guys know that there are affiliate links in the description box below if you want to buy any of the TV shows that were mentioned in this video. If you buy any of the TV shows that were mentioned or linked in this video using the affiliate links in the description box below, that I will receive a small commission that would greatly help with this channel. So please feel free to use any of the affiliate links in the description box below if you want to add any of these TV shows to your TV collection. All aboard the Animated Social Media Express. Want to send some tweets my way? Then follow me on Twitter. Want to join our special animation community? Then join our Discord group, Animation Bliss. Want to see more updates on our YouTube videos? Then check out our Facebook group, Animation Bliss. Want to download on everything going on with this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, back to the video. But overall, I really enjoy Ranma 1/2. Even though the show itself feels a bit incomplete and I wish that they adapted more storylines from the manga, I do love the fact that the show explored a lot of different genres. The humor was very well done, and I really love the characters themselves. Well, most of the characters anyway. And I think that if you're looking for a Rumiko Takahashi series that's legitimately funny and has a very interesting premise, then you should definitely check out Ranma 1/2. So those are my thoughts on Ranma 1/2, and tell me in the comments down below, have you seen Ranma 1/2? And if you have, did you like this show? Did you hate this show? And what's your favorite anime series that explores different genres? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's Blog Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.